Hey, I wanted to pop on here really quick and tell you guys a quick story while I'm meal prepping and planning. So I was at the high school the other day subbing. That's the majority of the place that I sub now because it's where the girls want me to be, which is super sweet. So the more that I'm there, the more that I realize these kids are just big kids that want somebody to tell them that they're important. It's all that they need. They just want to be liked, same way that the little kids do. It just looks different when they're big. So I just make sure that I'm making lots of connections while I'm at the school. And because of that, students often will come and find me throughout the day and just kind of hang out with me. And I always have specific kids that'll come and like hang out wherever I am, like at my desk, or if I'm wandering around the classroom, they kind of follow me, which is super cute. So I had this girl in class the other day. It was Halloween, so I just was showing a movie. We were watching Coco in Spanish, so I actually was writing notes to you guys, those Stronger Together ones that I sent out. So I was writing those notes in class, and she comes up and she's like, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm writing notes to my friends." She's like, "What kind of stuff are you putting in there?" And I said, "Just stuff about how great they are." She was like, "But you're writing them." I said, "Yeah." She goes, "Nobody's ever written me a handwritten note before," which happens a lot, honestly, with being in Kelso. Like, a lot of these kids come from really big, broken families, and I just have noticed that kind of a thing a lot. A lot of them have parents that are in jail, that kind of thing. So, anyway, this girl is just, like, literally chatting with me the whole time. And finally, at the end, like, it's right before class gets dismissed, she goes, "Would you write me one of those notes?" I was like, "Oh, we'll see." So she leaves. Well, later that night or the next day or something, I did write her a note. I brought it to the office, delivered it, and then had them bring it to her classroom. So then the next day that I'm at the school, she comes and finds me and she's like, "Was that note for me?" And I said, "Yeah." And she goes, "But you wrote a lot of really nice things in there." I go, "Yeah." Like about her being a good student and her being a hard worker and her being so friendly and engaging and that kind of a thing. She goes, "But you know my brother." I said, "Yeah," because her brother is one of Maya's friends. And I go, "Yeah." She goes, "He's the good kid. You should have written him the note." And I go, "Sis, I think that you're a great kid too." And she was like, "Well, that's not what my mom says. She tells me every day how I'm not as good as him," which broke my heart. So now it's been like, 3 weeks or whatever. Literally every time I see this girl, I'm just constantly telling her what I see in her great qualities. Every time I'm at school, she comes and finds me now. And she hangs out in between classes, which it's only 5 minutes, but she comes and hangs out in between classes because she wants to hear those words. Because I tell you guys this all the time, words have weight. They matter, right? Sometimes we have the ability, the benefit, the awesomeness of having somebody speak those kind of words over us, and sometimes we don't. Tyler is so good at telling me and the girls all the time what he loves and appreciates about us. He tells us all the time how smart we are, and I can feel myself blossoming under the weight of his words. When he believes something in me, I tend to believe it a lot faster than I ever have before. So, words have weight, right? I've been talking a ton about the Growth Day app, and I don't want that to ever feel like a sales gimmick. I'm not trying to sell you something. What I am trying to do is the same thing with the workouts, you guys. What we do with our bodies matters. How we fuel our bodies matters. The reason that I drink Shakeology is because it has changed things for me with my gut. The reason that I press play on the workouts is because I want to be able to get off the ground still when I'm 80 years old. Like, I want to be able to play with my grandkids. I don't want the last 15 years of my life to be spent with somebody having to take care of me. I want to be beneficial still at that age. I want to still be able to play with my grandkids. Those kind of things matter to me. I press play on my workouts because I want to be on my A game for my girls today. I don't want to look back on this time and be like, "Man, I was really tired. I was really dragging. I wish I would have taken care of me so that I could take care of them more effectively, so I could pour into them more effectively," right? So, growth day is the exact same thing. The reason that I listen to growth day in the morning in the shower, I know that that seems weird, but I don't have a lot of time. There's not a lot of like downtime where I can just press play on listening to something, right? Unless I'm like, sorry girls, I'm gonna tune you out and put in my headphones, I'm gonna listen to Brendan Burchard, right? So I press play in the shower. I also press play in the car when I'm by myself, which is not super often, but when I am by myself, I press play then too. But the reason that I do that is because I need to set my mind right at the beginning of the day. I need somebody's words washing over me to remind me how to challenge myself, to remind me how to, like, one of the things that's been brewing in me for a while right now is that I am capable of hard things. I am. There's an idea brewing in me that's gonna be real hard, but what I keep reminding myself of, what Brendan keeps reminding me of, what my devotional keeps reminding me of, is that I'm capable of hard things. I need those words being spoken over me so that I can achieve my fullest potential. The reason that I'm pushing growth day to you, I know you don't have the time. I know that you don't have the space for growth day. You can find the time. You don't need growth day. You could pick a personal development book instead, but personal development matters. You need those words being spoken over you as you start the day so that you can be on your A game, so then in turn, your family gets to be on their A game. Because when we're on our A game, that makes a ripple effect for those of us, for the rest of the people that are living in our household, for the friends that we come in contact with, for our family that we come in contact with. You being on your A game matters. So take some time to pour back into